We're just about ready. 1200 on the poly, gates go back and they are off and race. Right up there, Woodland Ridge. This time round shows a bit of dash, and Caitlyns Boy is very much alert today, and Caitlyns Boy goes off to lead them with Siberian Fox. Then comes Kind of Blues, being caught a bit deep, trying to muster a position. Further back to Woodland Ridge with the red sleeves, the sheepskin noseband this time round behind that one. Settle the Dust has got about 5 to make up. Then comes the grey of Fly Better. Further back to Miss Tucker, and out back is Fiery Cliffs, the light blue, about 8 lengths off the leader. Siberian Fox got to his favourite position around the turn, a 1-length leader. Caitlyns Boy right there in second with Kind of Blue. Settle the Dust trying to improve, and then comes Woodland Ridge, who's being asked for a response, about 4 lengths off them. They're homeward bound, and Siberian Fox got a length to spare. Caitlyns Boy quick to build up with Richard Fourie. To the outside is Settle the Dust trying to stay on. Settle the Dust and Caitlyns Boy, they're gone well clear. Caitlyns Boy got 3 lengths to spare, and not for catching. Money spot on over here. Caitlyns Boy for Richard Fourie win a good race. Second goes to Settle the Dust, and third, that looks like it was Miss Tucker, but there's a whole heap of them that dive to hit the line. We'll have a look at that head on replay. Quick to build up, Siberian Fox got to his favourite position, but now under pressure from Caitlyns Boy, who really quickens up beautifully. 1 or 2 smacks, just running around a little bit into the closing stages. Well done to Alan Greif, well done to Mr. Neville Cooper Jr. And that's how we open up proceedings in Klabecha. PA starts race 2. Bets must be on by 13:20.
Well, first run in the Eastern Cape, first run on poly, not a problem. Caitlyns Boy has found the winner's box here, trained by Alan Greif and ridden to victory this afternoon by Richard Fourie. And Richard, before we get started on the ride and how the race panned out, I've got to say a big well done, because you really go the extra mile with horses that are new. You took him right up, you let him see the bend. I know back at home he's seen the surface, but on a race day, horses can think about things a little bit differently, and he looks like he's a horse who could be a bit uptight. So it was nice that you took your time with him.
Yeah, you know, I can only imagine that nobody in PE at the moment has had a chance to actually work on the poly, you know, because they've just done the resurfacing, and I must add that they've done a phenomenal job.
Oh, fantastic.
You can see the difference in the track, and there's a lot of good particles around. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this was coming from KZN, would have seen poly somewhere in his life, and anything that I was a bit nervous of when I was trotting down, he was quite green. So I would have probably turned around by the 300, but just because the way he went down, I thought, nah, let me just go show him the bend.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry.
Yes. And then, you know, I took my time, took him up to the Butter 500 to show him the whole middle of the track. So he sees the grandstand, he sees the winning line, all that sort of things. And then as I passed the winning post, I took him to the inside so he can get used to the corner. But saying that, you know, if he was in Natal, he would know about the right-hand bend. So saying that, jumped out, he had good speed, still lost on the bend, was on the wrong leg. And I gave him a fright through the 300 or so. He darted towards the inside, and I had to straighten him off. But a few things went wrong. Saddle slipped as we jumped. Yeah, so I was feeling a bit awkward on him.
Yeah.
But, you know, Cape form is there, so well done to Neville, to the whole Greif team, and obviously my sponsors are winning form.
Fantastic. Good start. Well done.
Thank you.
Jennifer Greif is going to step in to the hot spot and have a chat with me. Caitlyns Boy is a 3-year-old gelding by Pomodora, and Glenn, that was a super start for the yard.
Fantastic for Neville and for Spencer Cook, new owners in the yard.
Oh, wonderful.
He is amazing. Neville wanted to be here, and he said he couldn't unfortunately come this time, but he will be here for his filly when she runs.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. There's nothing like getting new people in the yard, and certainly great to start off with a bang.
Very exciting. and can't complain about that.
Well, thanks for coming to chat with us. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
There you go, Jennifer Greef. Lady, a few words standing here, but let me let you know, she works really hard behind the scenes, and the yard have a lot to be grateful towards her for. And another person the yard have to be grateful for is Amos. And Amos steered us in the right direction prior to this race, which unfortunately wasn't aired. So, Amos, it's great to have you back. You gave us some wonderful confidence about this guy, and we've got to thank you for that.
Yes, thank you very much, Nate. For me, as I've said, Nate, you know, this fellow, he was one of the lucky ones that we managed to go and canter him down on the pole, you know.
Yes.
We've been doing the pole, so now it's new. Then he was the lucky one, and we knew that he will be in winning ways, which he delivered. So glad that, you know, the boss have said, Amos, please, this oak has to win, you know. I've done it.
Oh,
so
you certainly have. You can breathe a little bit easier. But in saying that, you've got a couple of horses you're going to be hopeful of big runs from. A horse like Douglas Devastator. Touch on him for us.
Yes, Douglas Devastator has been knocking on the door, Nate, quite loudly these days. And I think that the 19 will shoot him down to the ground today. Remember, you know, we've got a very short straight, and if he strike early, he will stay there.
Fantastic.
So he will be also in the winning enclosure.
And Blonde Act, you said we've got to remember that we're back on Polly.
Yeah, Nate, you know, as I've said earlier on, we didn't have that lucky, you know, to put them all
Yes.
on the poly. But, you know, Blonde Actor is a classy sort. So I just hope that he has won before on the poly, and then today he hasn't forgotten about the poly, and I'm sure he will be in the first three as well.
And then, of course, Celtilus. He steps back and trip, but the blinkers are on.
Yeah, Nate, that's why we put the blinkers on,
Good
you know,
idea.
because he ran second twice over a mile, and then now back to a 12. He has won a 12 before. So put blinkers in me just to concentrate,
Yeah.
you know, for a 12. And also, Nate, I also want to touch on the last race where we got a filly, Emily Spirit.
I'm so glad you said that.
You know, it's our Rafi on the day, I must be honest with you. She has done so well. She's been consistent, and then we've thrown her away after she won, and then
Yes.
now she's back to herself. That's a nice Rafi for the day.
Amos, I've got to thank you because you have literally touched on every horse that we wanted to hear about, and a big appreciation. And winning with Caitlyns Boy today was really special. And you said to me you really want to make mention of something regarding this win.
Ah, Nate, I'm so emotional today. That's why I've dressed like this, not for race.
You look splendid,
You know,
yes.
just to congratulate this guy. I mean, I don't know. I need a million words, you know, to describe this guy, Mr. Lungagila. He has done us so proud,
Yes.
especially in this province, to be the first black trainer ever.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You know, it's history. It's history at Fairview this afternoon, and I'm quite confident that he will carry that job because he had been tested before, and then he passed it with flying colors. So we hope that he's here to stay in this
Yes.
game, and then we'll be helping him here and there. You know, he's our golden son. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Oh, Amos, that is brilliant sentiment, and I can guarantee you that from the side of Fairview, we feel the exact same way. We echo those sentiments, but well done for bringing it up. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nate.
I think that was absolutely wonderful of Amos to bring up. Lungagila, first runner as a trainer here in the Eastern Cape, where we think so highly of him, finishing in second with Settle the Dust. So, yeah, Lunga, as pointed out by Amos, I hope from here onwards and upwards, we are so happy for you. Back to Caitlyns Boy, though, fantastic win. Thanks to the yard for steering us in the right direction, and very well done to the owners here, and especially, as you heard from Dennis a little bit earlier, Neville, who's new to the yard.